Okay, so Kristen, do I have your permission to record your session today?
Yes.
Excellent. All right, just give me one moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Everything is recording properly. All right, if you would like a copy of our privacy notice, you can download that from our website, which is mursion.com/forward slash privacy notice. All right, let's talk about the logistics of the session. So you'll have around 15 minutes in the simulator to run the scenario. Time permitting, we may be able to run through portions of the simulation again. At the end of the simulation, I'll return to guide you in a reflection of your experience. If at any point you feel overwhelmed or you feel you cannot continue the simulation, please say pause simulation, at which point I'll return to address any concerns you have. For this classroom build, the students can all write, they can raise their hands, they can participate in pair and share. However, if you ask the avatars to do something outside the limitations of the program, like give a choral response or give a thumbs up, an avatar will say that the principal says we can't do that and reference that action, and that'll be your cue to move on. If there are any technical problems, just ask for me, Michael, and I will help you address it. Okay, so specific questions for your scenario. Will this be a low intensity or a medium intensity today?
Low intensity.
You've got it, low intensity, no problem. And secondly, will you be using some of the content that was provided or introducing your own content today?
I'm introducing my own.
Okay, great. Just as a reminder, because you're introducing your own content, it's possible that the students will not have prior knowledge of the content you're introducing, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Great, excellent. All right, perfect. So just as another reminder for you, the goal of this scenario, your goal is to successfully engage all the students in and on topic group discussion while eliciting student thinking in the selected content area. Do you have any questions before we begin?
I don't think I have a video that I'm going to show, but I can just use like my iPad for that. Do you think that would work?
Unfortunately you won't be able to share video, but if you want to hold up your iPad and show the video, I think that's okay.
Okay, yeah, I
great.
think that's it for my questions.
All righty, perfect. As soon as you see the students appear, the simulation will begin. Good luck, and remember that this is a training simulation, so it's an opportunity to take risks, stretch yourself, and try new approaches.
All right.
All right, in just a moment, you'll see your students, and your scenario will begin.
Hello, boys and girls. How are you?
I'm good. How are you today, Miss Berry?
I'm doing very well, Jayla. Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
So today, yes, you have a question?
No, I'm just excited to be here. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I'm excited that you're here too, Mina. Today, we're going to talk about skip counting by 10. Does anybody know what skip counting is?
It's not counting when you skip, I imagine.
No. No.
That's fun to do, though, like count while you skip.
I think that could be very fun, yes. So skip counting is when you count by a group of numbers. So I'm going to show you a video of some of my friends, and they're going to show you how they skip count. Does that sound fun?
Uh-huh. That sounds great.
All right. Let me get this one. Right.
We're in a hot air balloon, and as we ascend, we're counting how high up we go in groups of 10. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and then 100. Then we saw a blue jay flying with his friends. We asked him to sing along with us and count by tens. He said, "Excuse me, sir and madam, but I am just a bird. For me to count by tens would simply be absurd."
Is he holding a pin?
We're in a hot air balloon and we're about to descend, counting how much snow will we go in groups of 10. 190, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, and then 10.
Phew! We're alive!
I could tell that ride it really scared my friend, so I tried to think of a safer way to count by 10. I thought for a while, but a thought came to my mind. This time let's try to find a mountain we can climb. the bottom of a mountain, and as we ascend, we're counting how high up we go in groups of 10. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and then one again. We saw a bald eagle and asked him to be our friend. And if he'd come along with us and count by 10, he said,
Well, I can't count, but watch out. Don't step on that branch. If you break it, you might start an avalanche.
Oh no! That can't be good!
we're at the top of a mountain and about to descend. We're counting down to the ground in groups of 10. 190, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, and then 10.
You know, I like you, Ben. And I like counting by 10. But I really don't think we should try this again.
All right. I liked that participation there towards the end. I appreciated that.
Well, it's such a catchy song. I wanted to sing along.
Yeah, that song slaps.
It is very catchy. Let me tell you, I have caught myself singing it many times.
But like, I don't know that I ever want to count by 10 because your balloon will pop and then you'll fall down a mountain. So it seems really dangerous to count by 10. So I don't.
That doesn't always happen, but maybe just don't
know.
count to 10 when we're on a balloon.
I mean, I don't know. I'm a little scared of this lesson now.
It'll be okay. I promise you, it's not dangerous. I promise.
All right, I take your word for it, Teach.
Thank you. So I have in front of me, I have a hundreds chart. This is a tool that we could use when we count by tens, or really by any number. But we're going to start with 10 because I like that number. So if you can see here, let me move my camera a little bit. This way. So on my chart here, I have numbers that go across. So when we count, what number do we usually count by? Ooh.
We like by 1.
Yeah, by 1, right? So usually when we count, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So when we skip count, we're counting by a group of numbers. And in this case, what number, can somebody raise their hand and remind me, what number did they just use in the video?
They use 10.
Thank you, Carlos. Next time, can we raise our hand first?
Okay.
Thank
Sorry.
you. No problem. It happens. We get excited. So we are going to practice counting in groups of 10, just like they did in the video. So here, instead of counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, let's say I'm trying to get from 1 to 20. Instead of counting 1 by 1, you can go 10, 20, right? So we're going to practice counting by 10. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Do you notice anything funny about these numbers here? You know, raise their hand and tell me something that they see. Yes, Will?
I notice that all the numbers, like, there's a 0, but it's like 1 through 10, but like a 0 after it.
Yeah, right? All of these numbers end in 0. And you're right, it is like 1 through 10. And they all have a 0 at the end. That's good. Does anybody else see something maybe about like where they are here?
They're all on the same end of the row. They're all on the end of the row.
That's right, Mina. They're all at the end of the row, right? So do you think this could be a useful tool for us to use when we're trying to count our groups?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, especially for 10. So does somebody want to practice? Let's see. How about you, Emily? Can you help me count by tens?
Sure.
Okay, great. So we're going to start from 10. I'm going to point and you're going to count. And we're going to go, let's see. Let's go from 10 to, oops, wrong side. Let's go from 10 down to 40. How's that? Can we do that?
Okay.
All right, let's start from here.
10, 20, 30, 40.
Good job, Emily. Now, when we skip count, like our friends in the video, did they only count forwards or did they count in another direction too? Carlos?
They also counted backwards when they were going down the mountain and falling from the balloon.
Right, they did. So how about you, Jayla? You want to try counting backwards from 100?
I'll give it a try. Here we go.
All right, Jayla. So we won't have to do the whole thing. I'll start you out. So we're going to start from 100. And what number should we go to? Maybe let's go to 60. How does that sound?
Okay.
Great. So let's start here.
100. And then you take 10 away. 90,
Mm-hmm.
80, 70, 60.
Good job, Jayla. Yeah. So right when we count backwards, it is like taking 10 away.
Yeah. That's how I thought of it, and that's how it kind of helped me.
Yeah. So can we skip count by more numbers than just 10?
I think so.
Yeah, Mina? Yeah. So my favorite number to skip count by is 5. Mainly because my birthday has 2 5s in it, and I just like that number.
Is your birthday May 5th?
Yes, it is.
That's a good birthday.
Yes, thank you. So, all right, I think it's a good birthday. So, right, so we counted by 5, but by 10, so we can also count by 5s. So just like before, right, instead of counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to get to 10, we can go 5 and then 10. So does anybody? Yeah, Jayla?
I'm just thinking out loud because, like, so
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is like counting. So you count to 5, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 5 more gets you to 10?
Correct.
Okay. So you just got to know that.
Yeah, you learn that. And actually, you know what I can do to help you? Let me do this. We can write on here. I should do that. We can write on here so we can better see what we're doing. So when we count, right, we go, where we go? Found it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So does somebody want to start from 11 and get me to my next group of 5?
I'll do that.
Okay, Mina.
So 11, 12.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, do you want me to just skip? Should I say the numbers out loud, or do you want me to just go right to the number that's 5 away? Because I know what it is.
Okay, what's the number that's 5 away then?
It's 15.
It's 15, right? And what's the next number after that, Will?
Oh, whoa. Huh? Oh,
All right.
It's
okay. We're counting by 5s. So Mina left off at 15, and we're going to skip count to the next 5. Do you know where that is?
16, 17, 18, 20.
20. Right. And then, good job, right? We can skip count by 5. So is there something that we noticed kind of similar to when we did our 10s before? Because if we keep going, yes, Emily?
Well, the 5s all, if you look at the chart, there's a 5 at the end, but then like with the 10s, it counts up. There's a 1 and then a 2 and then a 3 in front of the 5.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, so it's very similar, right? All of the ones in this column all end in a 5 and they count up, and all of the ones in this column end in a 0.
Oh, yeah, I can see that too.
Yeah, that's a great observation. So let me clear this off. Does somebody want to give me a number that ends in a 0 or a 5 that we can skip count to?
35.
35. Great. So let's see, Mina, here, I'll let you, since you picked the number, I'll let you skip count to 35.
Okay. So 0,
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
Mm-hmm.
30, 35.
35. Good job. And just like with our tens, can we only count in one direction or can we count the other way? Can we count backwards too?
Oh, we can totally count backwards.
All right, Jayla, do you want to try counting backwards?
Okay.
What number do you want to start from? That ends in a 0 or a 5?
I'll start with 50.
50. And where do you want it? Where should we count to?
I'll go all the way to 0.
All right, let's do it then.
All right. So 50,
Mm-hmm.
45,
Yep.
40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, then 10, then 5, and then 0.
Good job, Jayla.
Blast off.
Yeah, that's what I think of when I count backwards too. So now that we know how to skip count by fives, what do you think is a way that we can use this like in our everyday life? How do you think this can be helpful to us? Maybe like with money. Emily.
Well, when you're paying for something at the store and you need to figure out how much to pay, you can skip count to the right amount and not count out every dollar.
Right. We can do that. So like maybe if we have like dimes, right, we can skip count by 10 to make $1, right? Anybody else have any?
Quarters are 25 cents.
Quarters are
and we
25.
skip the count by 25 if you have to count out quarters.
Yeah, that's right. What's another way that we can use skip counting that isn't with money? Maybe like with this clock that's behind me. How can we use skip counting with a clock?
If you need to figure out what time something is, you can like skip the number of minutes.
Right? Because each number is 5 minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's great, right? So maybe next time I see you guys, you can tell me some more ways you can think of that we can skip count in real life. That sound good?
Yeah.
Awesome. So my friends, they tried skip counting one more time and hopefully it goes better for them. You want to find out with me?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm real worried.
We'll see if it goes better.
Headed for the skies. We're counting how high we fly in groups of 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. And then we reached 60. Then we saw a blue jay as he was flying by. He asked if he would fly with us and count by 5. He said, "Excuse me, sir and madam, but I am just a bird. For me to count by 5s would simply be absurd."
Is he holding a pin?
Aw, come on.
That pesky bird.
We're in a hot air balloon about to take a dive. We're counting down to the ground in groups of 5. 60, 55, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, and finally 5.
Phew! We're alive!
We were scared from that ride, but we were not deprived ourselves from finding a safer way to count by 5. I thought for a while, the thought came to my mind. This time let's try to find a mountain we can climb. We're at the bottom of a mountain.
Feel free to count along with our friends.
We decide to count our climb in groups of 5.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60.
Yeah. We saw a eagle, he was
on that branch. If you break it, you might start an avalanche.
Oh no! That can't be good!
Did it again.
We're at the top of a mountain, trying to stay alive. We're counting down to the ground in groups of 5. 60, 55, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, and 5.
You know, I like you, Ben, and I like counting by 5, but this time, let's play it safe and count while we skydiving.
No, no, no,
Yep.
no.
So I don't think it's the skip counting that's dangerous. I think our friends just like dangerous activities.
Yeah, I'm worried. I'm still worried. I don't trust it.
I'll have to check up on them and tell them we don't like them doing all that hot air balloons and skydiving.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, boys and girls. It was lovely, and I can't wait to see you all again.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Miss Berry.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, Kristen, congratulations and welcome back. Thank you for participating in that simulation. For the next few minutes, let's reflect on your experience, okay? So how do you think the students are feeling?
I think they're feeling pretty good about it. I think I had a decent amount of participation. I think it went fairly well.
Yeah, definitely. And the videos had incredibly catchy music. I know I am going to be singing that song for probably the rest of the day. So thank you for that.
I've got to say, when I did my lesson a couple months back, I don't know how many times I listened to it, but it sticks.
Oh, it really does. It really, it's going to be in my mind for the rest of my day. Yeah. So in relation to the outcome, which strategies and best practices did you use well?
I think I did a good job of trying to keep it interactive and like engaging and asking them to engage. And I tried to diversify what I did with having like the video and the music and then following along. But it would probably be a good idea to include a more hands-on activity in the future, like something
Sure.
with like modeling or something like that.
Yeah, that's a good thought. That's a good thought. And yeah, in terms of, you asked a couple open-ended questions and asking them to kind of challenge their thinking of how they could skip count out in the real world was an interesting and engaging question for the students. And then a couple of times you had to redirect a couple of behaviors. At one point, Will had nodded off, I think, in the class. So how did you approach that in getting Will back in being engaged?
I just kind of wanted to, I don't want kids to feel embarrassed when things happen. We're all human, have moments even as adults. And so rather than just being like, what are you doing? Just kind of like, calling his name, getting his attention back and kind of trying to go over really quickly what he missed so he can, catch back up.
Absolutely. If you had a chance to do this again, what do you think you could improve upon?
Maybe trying to include more activities where the kids maybe like talk with each other, coming up with ideas and things like that, instead of it being mostly led by me.
Sure, absolutely. What is one thing that you can take away from this experience that you'll use the next time you face a similar situation in real life?
I think definitely just remembering to change things on the fly. I didn't exactly do everything in the way I had written it originally, but so is, life with teaching.
Absolutely. Great. Well, Kristen, thank you so much for your participation today. That concludes your scenario. So thank you very much. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.